Obviously, pleased with the win. It's been a long time coming, and kids worked hard. Kids played well. Defensively, the second quarter was a little bit rough for us, but giving up two scores, one with the short field. But to hold them to 13 points, that's a good game. That's a good day. You ought to win games when you hold teams to 13 points. Offensively, to get off to the good start and get the 21-point lead, and really kind of. I thought kind of keys to the game, obviously get up 21-0, then 21-13, but to score right before the half, and to take the momentum back 28-13, and then to have the long drive in the third quarter, even though we only got a field goal out of it. I think we had the ball probably at least 8.5 minutes or so, in the third quarter, and to get points out of it too. So I thought that was big as well. Thought we might have to throw the ball a little bit more than what we did, but we were able to run the ball, and it was good. I mean, you run the ball for 277 yards. That's a great day, and we haven't been able to do that. So, a lot of guys got to play. Needed to win. I think, James Gee moved in the top 10 in tackles, so that was a good thing to see for him. He made 15 on the day, so very proud of him. Made it through with the, 5.5 offensive linemen. I say half. One's just not at full strength, but he went in there and big Mark threw his body around and ate up some reps for us so we can get the starter back in there. So like I said, good day. Put you 2-0 in the Southern New York, and one game left to play. So the quality TSU team. Yeah, maybe the wins and losses hadn't been what they want either this year, but you turn the tape on, you see tall, fast, long players. Some quality FBS transfers in their mix, and I know they've had some injuries as well. But going on the road anytime in the OVC, it's difficult to get a win. So be a tough week of practice, and let's prepare. And got one more goal this weekend, and that is to win that York Trophy and bring it back home.
You talked about last week, but that message you've given your seniors, what you
Yeah.
expect out of them, and it looks like they showed it not only on the stat sheet, but in just the intensity.
Like I said, this is, frustrating season, but those guys have practiced and those guys have shown up with energy, every Saturday. So pleased with that, pleased with our leadership, pleased with our coaching staff. Like I said, the frustration has been when the clock strikes zero, which is what you get judged on, okay? But it gives you a chance to get better for the spring when your team is still preparing and still showing up and playing on Saturday. You may come up short because of maybe you're playing a team that's better than you, or you don't have all your players in play, or you just didn't play well enough. But as long as you prepare Monday through Friday, the culture has got a chance to right itself in the spring and going into next summer.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that game and that week of practice, and hopefully this week too. We talk about program wins. I guess they would be considered maybe culture.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I agree with that. We talked last week about, okay, Tennessee Tech's coming off of, they got a new coach, and they're trying to believe, can we get better and get better? Ours is, will you just dismiss it and say, well, let's just wait till next year. Sorry, things didn't go our way. And these seniors hadn't allowed that to happen. So now, don't get me wrong, it has been frustrating, but those guys come back on Monday and lick their wounds. Our guys do, and go back out and practice with a continued belief system, and just kind of block it out of their mind the week before. So that is the Jacksonville game, the Eastern Illinois game, the Eastern Kentucky game. Those are ones that you wish you had in your belt right now, because you're sitting here probably at 5-4 or 5-5, whatever it is right now, finishing out the year, but it didn't happen.
And you look back at last week's game, you talked about being able to run the ball. How
Yeah.
much did that help JoJo?
Well, tremendously once he pulled his hamstring. He was a big part of that running. I mean, JoJo was he had two outstanding runs, and one of them, for a touchdown that should have probably been a negative play, and he was able to make a guy miss. And we hadn't had too many of those this year to where somebody just took a bad play and turned into something good. So very pleased with that. And then he pulls his hamstring, and then I didn't know if he could really protect himself very well, and that's why I saw the other two quarterbacks get in the game going forward. So, we'll see how that turns out this week when he comes back to practice today. But that's obviously very concerning with Dresser out for the year, and then if JoJo's hobbled, that's certainly concerning.
Coach, a win certainly helps confidence. How do you keep that confidence high this week?
Uh, you know, uh, like we talked about earlier, the kids have certainly done that all, to my mind, all year. I think I think the win just automatically gives you some confidence that, hey, coach was right from the standpoint of, man, we're just missing this. And here's what we focus on this week. Every man in that building has got to win one more 50-50 battle, okay? Because we were winning some, obviously, or you wouldn't be in games, okay? So everybody had to win one more, one more 50-50 when you were in a single block or you were a 50-50 ball. You had to go. Somebody had to make one more than they'd been making, and everybody had to make one less mental mistake than they'd been making. Just one. Every coach and every player. So maybe we did that. Now sometimes talent level was that the case? Maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe the talent level was just high enough to where, like the play that JoJo made, that you won the game anyway. But you still have to have a mindset when you go out there. Certainly the talent level is different this week, and our kids will see that on tape. But you know what? They saw that against Jacksonville. They saw that against SEMO. They saw that against Eastern Kentucky. They understand the speed of their opponent that they're playing. So, we needed that win. So I expect us to play even better this week.
With the win, you win the Sergeant York Trophy. Winning that trophy, what's the effect on recruiting by winning that?
You don't know the actual impact that we'll have, but hey, worst year we've had in 13 years, but we still won the Sergeant York Trophy. That's what I'm gonna say, because that's what I believe. But and everybody else will have their spin of how they sell their programs as well. But I'm just concerned about ours. But that's something I expect to stay in this building every year, no matter where we are in the conference championship. It is important because there's quality FCS teams in our league in this state, and so it does matter when we start dividing these players up, in the recruiting cycle.
Looking at Tennessee State, obviously another quarterback who can throw the ball and move the ball
Yeah.
around. He's got 4 good receivers, it looks like. So just the challenges that he brings. You're certainly seeing.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, there's games where you turn the tape on and you go, oh my goodness, how's anybody beating these guys? Because they're tremendously fast at the receiver, the quarterback, and I know they're on their second quarterback, but Hughes has played a lot for them and played against us, and it's shown some good things. And then you hardly can't take your eyes off their offensive line. Those two tackles, they're tremendous players. But then you look at the stat sheet and you'll see a turnover, 2 or 3 turnovers, and and that's how the game got away from them. All right, so when they put it all together, I don't know if there's nobody in the league that can't beat. You just hope, hey, you hope you get those turnovers and you're able to capitalize on them, and that's how you sneak out of there with a win.
Their season kind of mirror yours in terms of maybe just one more mistake instead.
Probably. No, probably so. And I don't know their whole injury report. I listened this week, and I think, Rod was, they were down to a very limited number of offensive linemen, and it's tough on everybody because you may have all the receivers healthy, but if your quarterback can't hold it, 2.4 seconds or whatever, you can't hardly get the ball to them. And so, there's a cycle to it to make sure that you recruit, and you got 10 that are able to go on a weekly basis. But you can't lose 4 and 5 guys and expect to do that. There's just, it's college football, and you're at your 85 numbers instead of where it used to be, and they're not NFL guys that they're going to risk their health maybe and play through certain injuries, because the paycheck's at stake, because the trainer has to pull them at any time, and you got what you got.
Anything else?
All right, guys, appreciate it. Thank you, man.